You can think about it for a while, maybe a week at most, but that's not gonna help you. What is gonna help you is for you to take action and to do something about it. I got to a point where I was tired of not living my life to my full potential. I would come home from work or school and go online and go on Google and search for stuttering solutions, cures, etc. And I saw Etalon a couple of years ago, but I never came up with the money. So recently I asked my parents if I could borrow the money and pay them back in a year. So they said yes, and I started the course. When I'm on the phone and when I have to go to the a store and I have to ask for something, it's impossible for me. It's impossible. I've gone to speech pathologist when I was young, but it didn't work at all.
What did they do with you?
They made me speak like this while I had to clap, you know. Yeah, to take a deep breath, you know. Breathe in, breathe out, you know. Calm down, take it easy.
Did they ever teach you how to speak?
No, never.
Nice job, right? Speech pathologist.
I went to a psychologist when I was about 17, and she told me that I had to calm down, to help with my anxiety. I had to, you know, stay positive all the time, you know.
Yeah.
But it just made it worse. It just made it so much worse. So I stopped going.
Has the psychologist taught you how to speak?
No, not at all.
Nice. Nice job again. Okay.
I also joined a Skype group on Facebook with people that have my same problem. So we would, you know, talk every single day to just practice, you know. It kind of helped a little bit, but I'm still the same, you know.
So how did it help if you're still the same?
It helped back then, and now it's so much worse.
In addition to your mistakes, you learned their mistakes because you did listen to them as well, right?
Yeah. I always feel anxiety, and I want to ask if that's from the stuttering or because of something else.
Yes, anxiety means that you are always worried about something unknown, When you don't know something, you always feel anxiety.
Могу еще сказать, что неизвестность всегда связана с заиканием, потому что вы не понимаете, что такое заикание.
I can also add that this unknown is always linked to stuttering, because you do not know what it is.
Some sauce on the baguette. She's holding a knife. And she says that you have to be nice and generous. Now she's putting some lettuce on the bottom half, and now some tomatoes on top. Now she's putting some olive oil on the sandwich, and now some hot sauce. She says it's her favorite. Now I think she put some cheese on it too. Now she's taking out the fried crabs, and I think she's gonna put the crabs in that sandwich, which is kind of weird. I've never seen that, but it's nice. It looks tasty and delicious.
Okay, so question. Where is stuttering?
It's gone. Yesterday was a good day for me. Something in my mind clicked. After the Skype session, I talked with my family all day, non-stop, everyone. My mom, my dad, my sister. Then I made some calls. They were really, really good. They were not perfect because I need more experience. Then I went to the gym with my friend. We went to the store first to get some waters. No problem. Spoke like a normal person. Then we went to the gym and we spent like 2 hours just talking back and forth, back and forth. I noticed that I'm speaking way better, like times 10. But I also realized that I need more experience in those kind of situations, like calling, talking with people that I don't know, you know. But it's amazing. All I remember is me being in school, maybe about 5. I didn't even think about my problem speaking. I just lived life. But at the same time, I remember that people would tell me, why do you speak like that? Why are you repeating words? And sometimes, you know, kids can be mean sometimes. They would sometimes compare me to cartoons that stutter. But I didn't give it too much thought because I was a little kid. I didn't care.
Okay, I have a question. Do you now understand? Who were you imitating when you were repeating words?
Perhaps my dad.
Of course! Because that's who we learn to speak after. Our parents, our siblings, our environment.
As time went on, I got older and older, and it became more noticeable. And I was more self-conscious, and it started a cycle, a vicious cycle.
So what about your parents? What did they do?
They would take the advice that they were given by speech therapists. They would tell me to calm down, to take a deep breath before I speak, to relax, to say the words slowly, controlled. So pretty much to be self-conscious of the whole problem, which made it worse in the end. But they did the best they could at that time with the information that they had in Peru at that time. Once I came to this country, I didn't speak the language, so I was more focused on my speech. And then I started being more self-conscious of my speech because I had to learn English. And it became worse and worse. people would notice it more. And it was hard. It was really, really hard. I would have to give presentations in class. I wouldn't do it. I would miss class. I would pretend that I was sleeping in class just to not go in front of the class and speak. Yeah, put myself in that position of shame, of embarrassment. I failed a lot of classes because of that, because the final projects were give a presentation in front of the class, talk about this subject. I wouldn't do them because of the speech.
And what was the reaction of your teachers?
They didn't even notice because I didn't speak much. I was the quiet kid at class.
Amazing. But how about when you would miss the presentation?
They would be mad at me because they thought that I was irresponsible, that I didn't want to do the work. But the reality was that I did want to do the work. I just was too afraid to give the speech.
Did you do any speech therapy in school?
In high school, no, I didn't. I did when I got out of high school, when I was 18 or 17 maybe. My mom took me to this speech therapist at my house. And at the same time, I went to a psychologist. So I would see the psychologist for an hour, and then after I would go to the speech therapist for half an hour. And all we would do is just speak slowly like robots, or concentrate on the consonants like hello, how are. So separate the words, divide them. So basically, the speech therapist, the whole session was a scam. And I say scam because I would go for half an hour. She would charge a lot of money for that half an hour, 3 times a week. She said that was enough. I didn't think so, but okay. So I would go there and we would just talk about nonsense for half an hour. She wouldn't give me anything to do. She wouldn't give me any tips. She wouldn't teach me how to speak. We would just talk. I would make the same mistakes all the time. And things never changed. It made things worse, as a matter of fact. So after a month, I got mad and I said, I'm not going there anymore. This is not helping me. This is making stuff worse. So I stopped going. People will tell me that there's no solution for stuttering, that you are born this way and you're gonna die this way. But I never bought that. Because in the back of my mind, in my heart, I knew that I could speak. I just needed to learn how, what I was doing wrong, what were the mistakes that I was making. That's it. Since I was 10, I would go online every single day and look up stuttering cures, stuttering solution, something new about stuttering. I always wanted to solve my problem, and I googled stuttering methods, stuttering cures, something like that. I saw Etalon in Google. I clicked. At first, I was surprised. I was like, is this page for real? They say that they can solve your problem in 3 days. It doesn't sound legit. So I go to the YouTube channel and I see people, actual people, real people in real life, solving the problem in 3 days. I still wasn't convinced, but in my heart I knew that why not try it, like just do it. Then I still followed your channel for a couple of years. I always wanted to take the course, but the money was an issue. I knew that I had to save up because I worked at that time, but I didn't have much money. I knew that I had to work hard and save up money, so I didn't tell my parents. Then I started getting depressed because I didn't find a solution for my problem. I felt hopeless. but I still would go to your channel and watch videos and get my hope up and say, one day I'm gonna take this course, no matter what. So I talked with my parents and they offered to let me borrow the money and pay them back as time went. And yeah, I decided to message you in Facebook and we're here now.
What was different between 2 years ago and now? Why didn't you ask your parents 2 years ago?
Because, first of all, I thought that I was gonna come up with the money, but it never happened. And second, I wasn't 100% convinced. But this year I got to a point where I was tired of not living my life to my full potential. So I came up with a little bit of money, but I knew that I didn't have enough. I put the pride aside and I asked my parents for the money. They say yes, thank God, and they let me borrow the money. Alright, the process was really smooth and easy, simple. Day one, you gave me a lot of information that kind of frustrated me at times because it was new for me. It was something that I've never heard before. I took a lot of information that I never had in my brain.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. The way I thought about speech changed. I started speaking rationally after about 3 hours. And when the session ended, I just spoke with my family all day without problems. I spoke with my family especially, and on the phone too.
Yeah.
And that made me realize that speaking is simple, it's easy. It's you that makes it hard. At night before I went to sleep, I grabbed a book and started reading. And for the first time in my life, I understood what I was reading out loud. That made me realize that that is the way that it's supposed to be. And that made something in my brain shift, which helped me realize that speaking shouldn't be hard. It's supposed to be simple, and it's supposed to be like a dance. It's supposed to be something that it's natural, enjoyable, and that you like doing. Day number 2 was much easier for me because I already knew what I had to do in order to speak naturally. So it was a very good session. We made a couple of phone calls. They went smoothly. We read, we spoke.
I'm sorry, I didn't read, I didn't do phone calls. What did you do? You said we.
I read, I spoke on the phone. We also had my mom here. We spoke with her without any problems. I translated too. It was effortless. And yeah, I had a couple of questions from the night before. I asked you the questions and you answered them, and it was clear to me then what I really had to do in order to speak rationally.
That's it, of course, because I'm here to give you work. I don't do much, do I? Just give you work.
Day number 3 was great. I remember that I already had all I needed in order to go out to the world and start speaking.
And we even forgot that we had a class, we just talked, right? With your sister.
Yeah, just talked for a while, with my sister even.
Yeah.
We had a great conversation about different subjects, right, which we really enjoyed. So the first 4 days were really good. I was on a roll. I spoke every single minute of the day with my family, on the phone, with strangers, my friends. Then on the 5th day, I was too confident and I went to the gym. I would go to different places and speak. And I realized that, yeah, I made a few mistakes when I spoke, but it was because I wasn't doing it right. So I sent you a message on Skype saying, what do I have to do then on noisy environments? And you told me, just speak louder. Just speak, just speak. So that's what I did. And yeah, I just have to keep speaking and enjoying it. Speaking is simple.
You recommend to other people who are just like you were, looking, thinking, just salivating kind of, I want to be like him. So what should they do?
Well, basically to just take action and stop thinking about it. You can think about it for a while, maybe a week at most, but that's not going to help you. What is going to help you is for you to take action and to do something about it.